In this video, I'm gonna build a collapsible arched backdrop, or you can call it foldable arched backdrop. So in this case, it's gonna be 5 feet tall and 3 feet wide, but it applies to any size. Like everything I'm gonna show you, it applies to any size. So I'm starting with a sheet of plywood, and plywood comes in standard size 4x8. So I measured 5 feet from the length, and I used my Makita track saw to make that clean cut. Right now I'm measuring 3 feet from the width to make it 3 feet wide, and again using my Makita track saw, but you can do the same thing with a regular circular saw. Just use a straight piece of wood to guide your cut. Okay, this is how tall it's gonna be, but like I said, everything I'm gonna do here, it applies to any size. It's gonna be arched, and it's 3 feet wide, so we're gonna measure 18 inches one side, 18 inches the other side to find the middle. See, this is 36 inches, so half of that is gonna be 18 from one side, double check, make sure it's exactly 18, and 18 from the top. So that's gonna be a middle of the board. Gonna make a little hole, not through, just like a little bit, to insert a guide nail or circular cutting jig. This circular cutting jig is from Jasper. They make amazing and very simple to use circle cutting jig. If you're interested in any things I use in my jigs, in my tools, I have linked under my video in the description. Check those out. This is going to be 36-inch radius of the arch. I use a regular spiral bit on my router, and right now I'm just measuring a middle of the board, 18 inches, just so I know where to put the backplate to hold the arch. And right now I'm doing half of the arch where it's gonna fold, but the little trick in that is a half of the arch, 5 feet, that's a 60 inches, and half is going to be 30 inches. But I don't do 30 inches, I do 30 inches and a half from the bottom. So when you fold the arch, make sure the top part doesn't hit the ground all the time and does not scratch. So do like half and a tiny bit more to make sure the top part is a little smaller than the bottom part, so it doesn't hit the ground. And right here, these are the plates, sort of mechanism to fold the thing. I use 3/4 bread nailers, see, because it's not gonna go through the plywood since I use 1/2 inch, so it's very thin plywood. Make sure it doesn't go through, but at the same time holds really well. Everything is on glue and on those nails, 3/4 nails. And again, you can find those things in my description. So I cut those little holding plates. I cut them in 45 degrees from one side and the other side, and they're just gonna slide in each other, just like I showed you. Attaching next plate, make sure it's all precise and holds really well. So it's not too tight, but at the same time it's not too loose. So you can easily move it around, but it's not falling back and forward. And make sure you don't hit that bread nail on that cut line, because that's where you're gonna cut. So opening, I'm putting on painter's tape. You can use any, blue, green, or whatever you can find at your store. This, you can skip this step. I just do it to prevent splits, okay? Because even if you have sharp saw, you cutting against the grain, so it's still gonna have splits, but a lot less. Just a little tip, make sure it all sticks really well. And right now my tracks make that clean straight line, so in the end when you fold your backdrop arch, the seam almost not gonna be visible. It's gonna be seamless. You'll see in the end. Taking my time to make sure it's a very nice and straight line. Vacuum that extra dust. Make sure I can slide everything really well and it's not in seam. See, everything is straight. Now I locked in the mechanism, and these little rectangular pieces of wood, it just to attach the hinges. And people actually have asked me, why do I attach those rectangular pieces of wood? Like, why doing that extra job? You can attach your you can just attach all your hinges right away on the plywood. But the thing is, plywood I use is 1/2 inch thick, right? So it's strong, but at the same time it's very light. And the hinges I use, they come with screws that are bigger than ½ inch, so they will go through the plywood and they will stick out a little bit. So I don't want to use smaller screws because it's not going to hold really well. So I decided using these screws that Hinges comes with. By the way, I got my hinges from Amazon. They have pretty good deal, but also hinges are really good quality. So that's why I use those extra rectangular places. And right here I'm just attaching those two little wooden things, just so make sure the plates don't fall out. So the client who ordered the backdrop, they're not gonna lose it, those plates, while they transferring. And right now I'm gonna prepare the back plate, the support that's gonna hold arch in place right there in the middle, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So I just got a regular piece of plywood, same plywood, half-inch piece. I believe I made it 16 inches wide. So half of the backdrop, that's 18, and I did 16, just a little bit less than half of the backdrop. And I'm measuring all my sides, so I know where to put my lines, and you're gonna see in a second how it's gonna look like. It's pretty easy, and you can use any sizes. Like, you don't have to use the sizes I use. Like, it's literally can be any size. It's not building a house, you know, there are no rules for it. But in case you wonder, I do thickness of the lines on this backing plate is 3.25 inches, and the top line is a little bit thicker. So again, using my track saw to cut those precise straight lines, and then I'm gonna use my jigsaw to cut out the middle. And just that extra cut, so I don't have to make a hole for a jigsaw. And if you cannot hold straight line with a jigsaw, just take your time. Just don't rush. Just do it slow. This video is speed up twice, so twice faster than it's supposed to be. So you can imagine I'm cutting really slow. That's how I cut those clean lines. And the hole, if you wonder, it's for a sandbag. So make sure wind or kids do not take the arch down at the event, as people use these arches for events. Most likely, if you're watching my video, you already know that, and this is what my channel about actually. I'm building everything events and parties related, so all kind of backdrops, different kind of treat stands, arches, backdrops, cutouts, candy cards, coffee cards, anything, you name it. Anything that is party or event related. Okay, here we go, it's ready and strong. It's a small arch, but that's what people ordered. But like I said, you use the same technique for any size of arch. Right here I lock the mechanism in place. It's a little bit hard to move around, but it's because it's new and I was making it very precise. It's gonna be easier to move it later. And look at the front. If you would not know, you wouldn't even notice that seam. Of course, after they paint it, it's gonna be a little bit more visible, but if they add some kind of flowers and balloons, it's not gonna be visible. And not everybody has a big car or truck to take those things around, so most often people use the folding arches. Everything looks beautiful, and that hole is for a sandbag, and you can just fold it in half and transport it in any size of cars. It's really small. Alright, if you like this video and you think it was helpful for you or for things you do, subscribe and hit that like button. I appreciate you and thank you for watching. Bye.